Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well today. I wanted to hop on and make a follow-up video from one I made a few months ago about ships coming in 2025. Now, ever since I made that video, not only have a few of those ships released, but some of them have received updates and teasers that make me think we might get some of them pretty damn soon. Reminder though, there has been, a little bit of official news about these ships, but this is mainly a fun video for speculation, and nothing really is truly confirmed. Besides that, though, if you enjoy the content and would like to subscribe or become a channel member, that would mean the world to me. I'll have a link in the description for my Discord as well. Besides that, though, let's talk about what ships we could be getting very soon. Now, we're going to start this video off very strong and say we are absolutely getting the Perseus this year. Dare I say that it might be flyable by Invictus in 2 months. I know this is a bold claim, but them willingly teasing the Perseus in a random ISC really doesn't give off it being very far away. Now, there has been some apparent rumors or leaks about the Perseus. You can sum this down to them adding 4 PDS turrets, which makes sense given that they put those on the Polaris as well. And we also heard how they might be upsizing the two remote size 3 turrets to size 4. Even though this is a somewhat unremarkable leak in terms of, actual information, it could highlight that they have done some early balancing or testing with the ship. Of course, the rumors are rumors, so we can't really trust them at all, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were true. I will say this though, if we don't get the Perseus flyable by Invictus this year, I can almost guarantee it will get the same treatment that the Polaris did. Meaning it'll do a flyby of some sort and it'll sit in the expo room for you to look at and see, but you just can't go inside of it. It is worth noting that all the vehicle team has said that after they completed ships like the Polaris, it gives them a large asset pool to pull from when they are building newer ships like the Perseus and the Galaxy. Again, I'm not sure how much this will expedite them getting this ship to us, but we can say for sure that it will decrease the amount of time that we have to wait. So that is good news regardless. Overall, I might be a little too confident about the Perseus, but I really do think we see this ship sooner than later. Regardless, I think it's a badass looking ship and I am super excited for it. Next up, we have another fan favorite, that being the Drake Ironclad. Now, believe it or not, I think this ship has a really great chance of making it into the verse this year. I'm not sure if a ton of people remember this, but towards the end of episode 3 of the IAE show, John Crew confirmed that the Drake Ironclad is in production.
Tell us something you're not supposed to tell us.
Ironclad's in production right now.
Now, of course, we have no idea how long the Ironclad could take for the whole span of its development, but given that it has been a little more than 3 months since that episode aired, it is definitely moving along. Now, unfortunately, we probably won't see this at DefenseCon for Invictus, but I do think that it has the potential to release at IAE. Now, for all of the Ironclad Assault fellas out there, including myself, I don't really think we're going to be getting that ship quite yet. Unless I'm missing something, all we know is that the cargo variant is in production. Regardless, once the first Ironclad releases, we shouldn't have to wait terribly long for the Assault variant to release. Again, this is kind of up in the air. I know some people really think we might get it at DefenseCon. Some people, like me, I'm a little hesitant to say that. I don't think they would release the Perseus and the Ironclad at the same time. If they did, I think they would get an absolute insane amount of sales in a very short period of time. But you know, I'll have a little bit of hopium and say that we might get it at DefenseCon. But I would say keep your expectations in check. Let's say IAE this year for the Drake Ironclad. Now, speaking of variants, we have to talk about the Starlancer TAC. Now, this is a ship that I think we can definitely say is coming soon, most likely Invictus. The Starlancer TAC was introduced with the Starlancer Max and the Starlancer BLD. Given the fact that the Starlancer Max has been fully released since CitizenCon, I think it is fair to say that seeing the Starlancer TAC around Invictus could absolutely be possible. I think this ship will be an awesome multi-combat slash drop ship. Once we have control surfaces, this ship should have an awesome amount of potential. Given the fact that it does have VTOL thrusters, it will be one of these ships that will be able to hover whilst having great firepower on each side of the ship. Then considering the fact that it has a Fury hangar, this ship really seems like it could be an absolute unit. If the Perseus and Ironclad weren't on this list, the Starlancer TAC would be my number one. But regardless, I think it'll be an awesome addition. Again, I'm going to go out of my way and say that we're getting this at Invictus for sure. Of course, this isn't confirmed, but I am betting on it. Now, before we move on to the rest of this list, I want to recap the past 3 ships because I know that they are easily the most hyped in the community right now, and it's nice to have a little bit more speculation as to what's going on with them. So, to give you my final guess on the Perseus, I have to say that we will see it no matter what at Invictus this year. Whether they be through a flyby or be completely flyable by players, I am almost guaranteeing the fact that we will see the ship at Invictus in some way or another. There's just so much stuff behind it that makes me think that we will get this ship. Of course, there's nothing confirmed, but I am fairly confident in the Perseus. Now, the Ironclad, like I said, I don't think we're going to get this, unfortunately, at DefenseCon. I'm going to go ahead and say that my guess is not Invictus, but towards CitizenCon or IAE this year. Again, I would love to see the Perseus and Ironclad at the same time. I just don't think it's realistic from a marketing standpoint and just generally maintaining the hype over the course of the year. I think they really need to make sure that they keep engagement given the fact that there's not as many features this year. Now, the Starlancer TAC, like I just said, that bad boy is coming at Invictus. I am so confident in that. Maybe a little too confident, but it's a variant. It's a really cool ship. I don't think that there's a ton of missing features that would need to be delayed for that ship. So I really do think it should be flight ready by Invictus, and I think a lot of people will be really happy with it. Now, those are my 3 guesses for those ships. We're gonna move on to some lesser, not necessarily hype ships, but ones that aren't talked about nearly as much in the community, but those are my 3 guesses for those ships. I would love to hear what you think about that in the comments down below. Now moving on to a ship we don't know anything about, that being the Mini Corsair type of ship. Though I don't think we're going to get the Ironclad at Drake DefenseCon during Invictus, I do think there's a decent chance we get this ship. Now we know nothing about the ship, and I think that's awesome. Some think it's a bounty hunter ship, some people think it's a cargo hauling ship. Given that, I think it's clear that we don't have any idea what it will be, but I do think there's a decent chance we get it at DefenseCon. There's nothing confirming that at all. There's actually nothing confirming anything about this ship yet, and that obviously provides a lot of hype. We don't even know if it's for sure a Drake ship. Given the design of the ship, I don't think it's crazy to think that it's a Drake ship, but if you have any other guesses, please feel free to leave them down below. I don't know anything about this ship. I would love to see it though. It's a really unique looking ship, and it has a very odd silhouette that also looks really appealing in a lot of ways too. So I can't wait to see it in game, regardless of whether I like it or not. I just think it'll add a little bit more variety to the type of ships we have in game already. Now, there is another ship that we know absolutely nothing about, and that is whatever is on screen right now. I don't even want to try and guess the manufacturer because I just don't have enough information to do so. The only thing I've really kind of like headed to is like Consolidated Outlands or Crusader in some sort of way, but really this ship has me completely lost as to what it could be. It's a little bit more unique, it's a bit flatter, and it's definitely smaller than something like a Zeus, but there really is nothing that provides a ton of information as to what this ship could be. I would love to hear your guesses on this one because I mean I had a live stream earlier this week. I asked some of you guys what you thought it was. We were all pretty clueless. So if you have any other thoughts, I'd love to hear them down below. Regardless, I'm excited for these 2 ships. We have no idea what's going to be in them or what type of ship they're going to be, and I think it'll be really exciting when they show up. I think there is a chance that we see the Drake type of one at Invictus, and then the other one we might see soon, we might not. We really have no idea. Now, the last thing I have for you today is actually not a ship, it is one of these 2 ground vehicles. These were 2 of those that were showed at CitizenCon 2024. There was a third in the video, but we already know what that ground vehicle is. It's the Argo little truck thing that is actually the drone variant that allow you to build structures with it. But of course, we're not going to be getting that until we get base building. These 2, on the other hand, one of them looks similar to a ballista. Maybe it could be a variant. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's a completely different ground vehicle. And the other one, I have no idea about. They both look really cool though, and I think I think there's a decent amount of potential that we get one of these at Invictus. I think it's pretty common that whenever one of these are ready, they'll push it out as long as it's as polished as it can be. Now, that is actually going to wrap it up for this video. This is basically just me speculating as to what we will get in the near future. Again, I will say it here again. I think we get the Perseus no matter what in some way at Invictus. And the Starlancer TAC, I'm almost guaranteeing to myself that we're going to be getting that at Invictus fully flyable. Again, maybe a little bit too much hopium, I don't mind. I'm just having a little bit of fun. There hasn't been a ton of exciting information in the community as of late. Just trying to push out a little bit more of a positive, fun video about what we could be getting in the future. Regardless though, this is all speculation again. I would love to hear your guesses in the comment down below. What ships do you think we will get? What ships do you think that we won't get? Or if there's a ship I didn't talk about here, please leave it down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. If you enjoyed this video, I do have a Star Citizen playlist that you can go through and just watch some more of my content. I love to have a little bit more fun, a little bit more of a positive outlook on some of the Star Citizen stuff going on in the community right now. But besides that, though, if you'd like to show some support, a like and a subscribe would really mean the world to me. Again, I do have memberships open if you'd like to go that extra mile. But again, you being here is really more than enough to me. Again, I am making a Discord channel, trying to slowly but surely build up a community here and have a way so I can talk to you guys without having to, message through comments and stuff like that. Outside of that, though, I really appreciate you being here. I know we haven't had a ton of information lately. Just trying to push out a video that's a little bit more positive, a lot of speculation, but just having a little bit of fun talking about ships here. Again, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.